Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Music with Nat. Today's video is a new video for the channel. It's called Discography Dives. In this series, I'll be reviewing and ranking each album of an artist's discography. To qualify for this series, artists must have 3 albums. I don't really want to sit here and review and rank one album or two. There's no point. So let's get into it. Bruno Mars is the poster boy for quality over quantity. He has 4 short albums, each packing a punch of about 30 minutes each. So let's get into it. Bruno Mars was a creative force as a very popular songwriter in the early 2000s, and then he rose to prominence with his feature with B.O.B. with Nothing on You. But it wasn't until 2010 when we got our first taste of Bruno in his debut album, Doops and Hooligans. Now this album in hindsight is almost a hits album. You've got great ballad like Grenade, Talking to the Moon. On the B-side of the album, Somewhere in Brooklyn is really good as well. For Apple Music users, for some reason, Spotify doesn't have it. Also boasts great songs like Just the Way You Are, Runaway Baby, Marry You, Count on Me. I love this as a debut album. I think, for a first album, you really can't get much stronger. I think the only artist who's probably rivaled it since would be someone like Olivia Rodrigo's album, which is also really good. I think it's a great first album. I think it shows that Bruno Mars is a force, shows his great songwriting ability with his ballads, shows his great vocal range. And I think as an album, you can't really get much better for a debut. I'm probably going to give it about a 7 out of 10. His next album was 2 years in the making. Unorthodox Jukebox was 2012. This one also had his signature ballad style with When I Was Your Man, his big hit Treasure, Locked Out of Heaven, Moonshine, If I Knew You. It was a great album. It really shows Bruno's expression and evolution as an artist in the 2 years. It really showed that he's willing to evolve with the times and embrace new music sounds. Now his next album was a Grammy-nominated and winning album, 24K Magic. It has the really amazing catchy title track, 24K Magic, Perm, Finesse, Calling All My Lovelies, Too Good at Goodbyes, and yet again, Bruno Mars shows that he can encapsulate the great sound of the 70s and 80s influence, even early 90s, and really modernise it and make it really popular in today's music scene. This album was everywhere upon release and, like I said, won a Grammy, and quite controversially, but I still love the album myself. I would give his previous album, Unorthodox Jukebox, about an 8, and I'd give this an 8.5. I think it's really great. There's not really many songs I'd skip, and it's just, Finesse is my favourite, and it ended up being a remix with Cardi B, also quite good. I think Bruno Mars was everywhere at this time. He's fresh off releasing Uptown Funk in 2015. I think he was just on fire. One of the best and most marketable, profitable, and talented artists of this generation. And finally, after what felt like decades, Bruno Mars' newest album, a collaboration with Anderson .Paak and Bootsy Collins in Silk Sonic in their 2021 album and smash hit album, An Evening with Silk Sonic. The opening single, Leave the Door Open, was a sultry ballad which took over 2021, and their other singles, Skate, Smoking Out the Window, were also really, really good to boot. The only knock on this album is that it is only 9 songs, including an intro, so really only 8 new songs. But what can you say? They've got great tracks like 777, which is just an arrogant track boasting with energy. You've got a really great ballad as usual with Put On a Smile, which I think is easily Bruno Mars' best vocal performance. You have to go give that song a listen. And I think, Leave the Door Open, Smoking Out the Window, Skate. Blast Off is a great closer as well. Really gives me Earth, Wind and Fire vibes. So, great album overall. 9 out of 10, I would say. And in my opinion, the album of the year last year. I think it was one of the albums that really distracted everyone from the pandemic and really got us to really enjoy music and relax again. So, overall, like I said, a great discography. Only 4 albums. Other pop artists like himself really could put out more albums, but I think it's great that he's stuck with 4 really concise, really great sounding albums, which you can pretty much play all the way through without having to worry about it being too long, and every song is good or has its own merits. So thank you very much for watching this video again. I do appreciate it. If you guys do like the content, please go subscribe, like and comment. It all means a lot. DM me, whatever. My Instagram is down below, linked as usual. And have a great day, guys. Thank you.